Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moments. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star episode number 232 based on novel. So let's start. Luo Feng and Dylan became beams of light and instantly tore through the atmosphere and arriving in the air above his residence. Luo Feng easily saw in the distant skies the tall and sturdy Undying. Beside him was his wife Shushin, and she was obviously bound without any way to break free. Dad. Your Majesty. Master. The group of Undyings looked at Luo Feng and Dylan as they appeared, their faces filled with joy. Even Shushin, who was bound, her eyes lit with excitement and worry as she saw Luo Feng. Ha ha ha. Your Majesty, Luo Feng sure is fast. The sun-like Undying Buna turned and smiled. Burning Heart official. Luo Feng frowned. You are an official level Undying. To do such a thing without a care for your status, it's truly shocking. Please release my wife. Buna smiled. I didn't expect your Majesty Luo Feng to know my name too. It sure is an honor. I'm controlling your wife, only to bring you here without any ill intentions. Since your Majesty has asked me to do so, I naturally will. As he said so, Shushin realized she was free to move. Without saying anything, she swiftly flew back to the ground. Luo Feng looked on suspiciously at Burning Heart official. Burning Heart official, why have you come looking for me? Let's find a quiet spot to sit and chat. He replied. Simple. Luo Feng nodded. Simultaneously, the Mosha body within the world ring held the main core. As Luo Feng had refined this world ring so that he could easily exit from it if others entered it, they had no way to get out. The Mosha clansman with the main core released his world energy and easily found its way out of the world ring. It spread all over the Luo residence. Keep. Including Luo Feng's parents Luo Hongguo and Gongshin Lan, along with all the members of the family, with Di Fan etc., they all entered the Gold Continent. Di Fan along with the 10 sector lords etc., they didn't know that this world ring they entered was actually his internal world. After all, whether it was an internal world or another world, the only difference was the objects within that sustained it. The internal world was held by his main core and life core. The other world was held by valuable materials. Buna, let's go down to chat. Luo Feng smiled. Your Majesty sure is cautious. The bald Buna glanced down. The Luo residence was completely empty. He didn't mind, smiling as he followed Luo Feng and Dylan into one of the yards below. Within the yard, the three sat down. Speak. Luo Feng looked at Buna and smiled indifferently. Burning Heart official, you came all the way to Earth, not caring about your status and using such methods to draw me out. Just what is it about? Ha ha, I truly am regretful to do such a thing. Buna smiled. His face glowed with light as he emanated light law energies. I happened to chance by the Milky Way galaxy and have wandered about it. I'm very intrigued by this galaxy and I cannot help it. Hence I came personally to your Majesty's home Earth to want to buy the Milky Way galaxy. Luo Feng was stunned. By the Milky Way galaxy? Didn't Undying Knight from before also want to buy the galaxy, and now this official level Undying Buna wanted the same thing? A normal price of a galaxy is usually not even one mixed element. However, I don't wish to have you make a loss. I'm willing to fork out 100 mixed elements to buy the Milky Way galaxy. Are you willing? Buna smiled at Luo Feng. 100 mixed elements, what a high price. Luo Feng exclaimed. What a joke. This was something the Undying Knight of the huge Axe Dojo was willing to personally appear for. Back then, he was even willing to agree to anything Luo Feng asked. To such a being, even if Luo Feng had quoted a price akin to the worth of True Yang Emperor, billions of mixed elements, Undying Knight would have agreed anyway. Even in the end, all he wanted was an island of Earth. Even Undying Knight, that level of being, only got an island of Earth, 100 mixed elements. He must be dreaming. He must think I don't know how special Earth is. Luo Feng mocked coldly within. It's not high at all. I like the galaxy, hence it should have such a price. Buna said. Seems right. Luo Feng nodded. I'm willing to sell all the other planets in the Milky Way galaxy to you. However, Earth is my home. I definitely cannot sell it. Buna was stunned. Luo Feng mocked coldly within. He enjoyed watching this official level Undying's expression. Go on and act. Let's see how much you can act. I really like the galaxy. The most exquisite part of it is this galaxy, however, is Earth. Buna said. Your Majesty Luo Feng, speak your price. As long as it's reasonable, I'm willing to pay. Luo Feng stood up fiercely and roared, Mr. Buna, you know very well Earth is my home, who would sell their home? No hope at all? Buna looked at him. Nope. Luo Feng shook his head. Then there's no way about it. Buna shook his head and swiftly sent a message to Yangshu Emperor and the others via the virtual universe network. The south regions of Earth had a sudden appearance of a group of undyings. After which, they all quickly teleported over to the yard in Luo Feng's residence. Within the yard, there's undying energy searching. Dylan communicated to Luo Feng. Luo Feng was shocked. In the yard, a large group of 17 appeared, all with terrifying god presence. The formless pressure made Luo Feng go pale. Yangshu Emperor. Luo Feng looked at the group that suddenly appeared. Yangshu Emperor was dressed in an exquisite robe. He was accompanied by the powerful single-horned old man, and the bone-chilling black-armored lady with fish scales on her face, along with another man who seemed dressed in a torn-up robe but still giving off a special energy, and finally the lizard-like man. The 5 of them that stood beside Yangshu Emperor all had terrifying energies. Behind them were another 11 undyings with pressure that was even stronger than Dylan's. Luo Feng, we meet again. Yangshu Emperor smiled. Yangshu Emperor. Luo Feng got up to welcome them. Beside him Dylan's expression changed as he communicated, Your Majesty, including that Buna from before, among these 18 undyings, 6 of them are Emperor level and 12 are official level. This is a very terrifying force, and they are all from the huge Axe Dojo. Your Majesty should be extremely cautious. I understand. Luo Feng replied. He pondered suspiciously within. 18 powerful undyings, one had to know that under the universe country leaders, there wasn't even one Emperor level undying. Normally, only the Knights of the 5 Leviathans had such beings. A total of 6 Emperor levels, this was definitely a force that could decimate half of a universe country. These 18 were all from the huge Axe Dojo. That undying knight before was from the huge Axe Dojo too. Why were they all from there? Luo Feng was suspicious within, yet he still spoke calmly. Why has your Majesty come personally to Earth? Don't be nervous, sit. Yangshu Emperor sat first, the other 5 Emperor-level undyings sat too. Yes. Luo Feng sat, Yangshu Emperor had torn into him before, and yet now he was smiling. As to why I'm here, Buna has said it, I want to buy your Earth. Yangshu sat there. His crystal-like fingers that were more beautiful than a lady's gently tapped on the stone table. He smiled at Luo Feng, cut the crap, speak your price, we will buy it. Luo Feng frowned, Earth is my home. Speak a price. Yangshu interrupted Luo Feng's words, gently lifting his finger, 100 million mixed elements. Dylan who stood beside Luo Feng was stunned too. 100 million mixed elements. I said before, I cannot sell my home. Luo Feng shook his head, even if it's 100 million mixed elements, I still can't. Ha ha ha, okay. Yangshu smiled, bold indeed, I'll show you some respect, I'll give you a heavenly price, 1 billion mixed elements. Many low-level Emperor-level undyings have only accumulated that much wealth. With that amount of wealth, even nurturing your cloud contact vine to undying wouldn't be a hard thing. Luo Feng still shook his head. Yangshu's expression grew heavy. He stood up fiercely, raging as he slammed the stone table. It immediately exploded apart with fragments flying in all directions. Dylan used his undying energy to control the fragments as the entire yard became a wasteland while his area was fine. I show you respect and yet you still refuse. Yangshu smiled coldly at Luo Feng, then we'll do it the hard way. Rumble. His powerful undying energy instantly wrapped about Dylan and Luo Feng, after which a world energy spread in all directions, engulfing the entire Earth. Keep. Yangshu's expression was cold. The entire Earth, whether it was the Chinese, Americans, Africans etc., or even the slaves from other planets, every living human was kept into his world ring. As for Earth itself, since his father Shihua Knight wanted it, he didn't dare keep it. In an instant, all humanity on Earth was gone, only the ones in this yard were left. Other than the people here in this yard, there's no other humans. Yangshu Emperor released his undying energy binding. Luo Feng's expression changed, and he quickly released his spirit energy to scan. Every city in China was empty, the dishes were still steaming, tea still boiling, yet there wasn't a single soul. Other than these people in the yard, no one was left. Amidst the ruined yard, Yang Zhu looked coldly at Luo Feng and roared, "I'll give you two choices. The first, agree to sell Earth to us and you'll get 1 billion mixed elements and the humans of Earth back. The second, reject us and all of the humans kept in my world will die." Luo residence, ruined yard. Yang Zhu stood there and stared coldly at Luo Feng. Beside him were the 5 Emperor-level Undyings and 12 official-level Undyings. Compared to Yang Zhu, Luo Feng was indeed weak. Even Dylan barely had the power of an official. In truth, he wasn't a match against one true official. I get bullied if I'm weak? The strong prey on the weak, it's indeed survival of the fittest. Luo Feng was forced into a corner. Even though he was raging within, he had to carefully calculate his next move. Yang Zhu Emperor probably doesn't even think of me as anything. From his point of view, I'm just another aboriginal genius. Only he doesn't wish to kill me because he's guessed that both Dylan and I have opened a synchronized broadcast with the Virtual Universe Network. The moment he makes a move, the Virtual Universe Company would have full evidence. Even if he didn't die, he would be in big trouble. However, the bottom line is still strength. He has a powerful father. Even if he kills me, he'll at most be heavily punished. Those that are weak are destined to be bullied. This is the strong preying on the weak. Luo Feng's will to get stronger grew more and more. If he was at the Sector Lord Pinnacle level, he would be able to kill the official level Undyings and fight against the Emperors. Such a level of genius. Even Yang Zhu Emperor wouldn't dare mess around, because these absolute geniuses would definitely be treasured individuals of the Virtual Universe Company. There are only two paths, pick one. Yang Zhu roared. Luo Feng roared, "Yang Zhu Emperor, using the Earth humans as hostages, isn't that too degrading even for you? I'm asking you to choose." Yang Zhu's pressure rippled throughout, pressing down on Luo Feng. He was obviously raging. "Then I'll speak honestly." Luo Feng looked at Yang Zhu. "Just today, not long ago, your huge Axe Dojo's Undying Knight contacted me via the Virtual Universe Network to buy the Milky Way galaxy. Against him, even though I refused initially, his pressure was too terrifying, hence I finally submitted." "What?" Yang Zhu's handsome face was filled with shock. "Undying Knight?" The jade-haired old man beside him was shocked too. "Undying Knight?" Everybody around, including the 6 Emperor-level Undyings, were all shocked by the name. "Don't lie to me." Yang Zhu smiled coldly at Luo Feng. "If you did sell the Milky Way galaxy to Undying Knight, the records would all show that he is the leader. However, in all the records I've been monitoring, there hasn't been any change." Luo Feng said indifferently, "As he's on the way over to Earth, when we meet face to face, he'll hand over the treasures to me. Only then would the transaction be fully complete. Even though it hasn't been transferred yet, I already have an agreement with him. I definitely would not go against it. Yang Zhu Emperor, you can go look for him, and if he agrees, I naturally would have no objection." "Liar, you are lying." Yang Zhu's eyes flashed. Within, however, he was filled with many thoughts. It was very possible. Undying Knight's position in the huge Axe Dojo was even higher than his father's. It was normal for him to have received the news on Earth. And with his weird temperament, he might really personally send the treasures in exchange for the deeds. Who cares? I'll first obtain the rights to Earth. Even if I'm asked again later, I'll just say that Luo Feng was lying. Yang Zhu said. "An Undying Knight is a lone wolf. He doesn't have a sect. Even though he's an upper echelon member of the huge Axe Dojo, he doesn't have much help. My father's influence within the huge Axe Dojo, however, is huge. With the rights of Earth in his hands, as long as it's lawfully done, that Undying Knight wouldn't be able to do anything." Luo Feng's residence, only the stone benches were fine. Luo Feng suddenly sat down. He could see that Yang Zhu was worried. "Punk." Yang Zhu saw Luo Feng sitting down. His eyes twitching slightly as he communicated, "I know you are not fearful because of your backing, and I know that you are doing a synchronized broadcast with the virtual universe. However, I'm not stupid either. I won't make a move directly at you. However, in all honesty, even if I don't do it personally, I can let others do it. I have 3 other Undying slaves in space above Earth, and they are my sole slaves. I just have to get one of them to kill you. So what if the Virtual Universe Network picks up the broadcast? They'll at most record an Undying killing you and not me personally. Without proof that he's my slave. As for your guard Dylan, I'll get others to forcefully bind him. He won't even be able to help you. And when that happens, boom! You'll be dead." All of the rights to the Milky Way will go to your son, and I naturally have my ways to make your son hand them over to me. Yang Zhu communicated to Luo Feng. As long as you are dead, without the Virtual Universe Company Primal Region member status as protection, would your sons dare defy me? As for Undying Night, it'll still take him at least 3 to 5 days to rush over. When that time comes, everything here would have been settled. Luo Feng's expression changed, staring at Yang Zhu Emperor. Yang Zhu smiled at him, continuing, "Haha, I'm communicating mentally to you now. The virtual universe broadcast cannot pick up our conversation. What can you possibly do now? Punk. Don't resist, I'm trying to avoid more trouble. If I know I'm going to be sent to the Starfield jail, I'd have killed you long ago. At most I'd be punished." He looked at Luo Feng with a hint of pity. "If you submit, everything will be good, right?" Luo Feng sat on the stone bench, however he had long sent a thread of consciousness to the Virtual Universe Network. Virtual Universe Yuxiong Mountain Primal Region, Luo Feng's villa. While the broadcast was live, he had swiftly written a letter. Night. For a reason I do not know, the huge Axe Dojo's Undying Night contacted me wanting to buy the Milky Way galaxy, especially Earth. I refused to submit and was finally lucky that he didn't forcefully take it, only wanting an island of Earth. However, as I'm writing this letter, in my home Earth, the huge Axe Dojo's Yang Zhu Emperor and 6 other Emperor-level Undyings along with 12 official-level Undyings have reached Earth and are holding my countless comrades as hostage, forcing me to sell Earth to them. Otherwise they'd use their Undying slaves to kill me and acquire the deeds to Earth via my son. I have no way to resist this. I'm powerless. I hope Sir Knight can right this wrong. Luo Feng had swiftly written a letter via his thoughts and sent it to Nine-Blade Knight. His genius competition was hosted by Nine-Blade, he was naturally one of his underlings. If he had sent it to Tianxia Palace's leader, it would be overstepping, as he had only given him some little guidance back then. Also, he only knew the contact number of one of his Undying underlings. He didn't know Tianxia Palace's leader's number. Send it 9 times. Luo Feng sat before his desk and looked at the laptop. He had already sent the mail to Nine-Blade Knight. I cannot spam it too much, only just a little for him to notice. That the huge Axe Dojo has obviously discovered something special about Earth. When the time comes, the Virtual Universe Company will come not only for my sake, but also for Earth's secret. They naturally wouldn't let this matter rest. Luo Feng nodded. He believed that the moment this letter was sent, it would carve a huge hole and make the Virtual Universe Company clash with the huge Axe Dojo. Earth. Luo Residence, Ruined Yard. Even though he had sent the mail, Luo Feng's expression was still ugly, as he was trying to stall for time while communicating back to Yang Zhu. Yang Zhu Emperor, it's not that I cannot see the situation clearly. The only thing is, since I've already agreed to Undying Night, that's the Undying Night. You, Yang Zhu Emperor, have Shihua Night to protect you, but what about me? Against Shihua Knight's rage, I will be finished. Yang Zhu revealed a smile as he heard this. He was happy within. It seemed that the deal was going to happen. Relax. Yang Zhu replied. When you return to the Primal Region or Primal Chaos City, these 2 places are extremely safe. I cannot stay in those 2 places forever. Luo Feng replied. Yang Zhu seemed impatient. Cut the crap, hand over the rights to the Milky Way right now, and at least you'll be left alive. Even if it's hard in the future, when your position rises, it'll be fine. If you don't agree, then you'll die now and the entire human population of Earth will die with you. Hurry up and choose. Right at that moment, rumble. A powerful undying energy swept the entire planet. Yang Zhu and the other Emperor-level Undyings and 12 official-level Undyings were all shocked. Undying energy. The lizard man said coldly. An Undying has actually come, how could he be so fast? The armies of the other knights will take at least another 3 to 5 days. Yang Zhu's expression changed. It may be the armies of the other knights that happen to have left markers close to Earth's coordinates. The black-armored lady said. Teleportation. A silhouette appeared within the yard. Just his teleportation alone had left the 6 Emperor-level Undyings in shock. Those with teleportation were definitely not the normal Undyings. Of the 6 Emperors there, only one of them could do it. It was obvious how rare it was. Luo Feng too was shocked at the appearance of this person. This was a huge man that could really be said to be tall and sturdy. He was over 3 m tall and he had 2 blood-red horns on his forehead. He also had some silver scales there, and his armor revealed his 2 arms that had silver scales about. He was covered in a black and blood-colored armor, obviously an absolute being of the Nakameng race. He stood there like a majestic god mountain. His formless bloodthirst engulfed the entire area, his energy pressuring Yang Zhu and the others. "Greetings, teacher." Dylan bowed respectfully. "Bloodthirst Emperor, Tai Jun." Yang Zhu and the other Emperor-level Undyings changed their expressions, all shouting out the name. The Nakameng clan was one of the powerful races of humanity. Even though they were few in numbers, they were well adept in battle. And Bloodthirst Emperor was one of the top 3 absolute beings of the entire clan. In terms of reputation, he was even more renowned than his teacher Truyen Emperor. He had massacred heavily for his name. Under his formless pressure, Bloodthirst Emperor's golden eyes swept past Yang Zhu Emperor and the other Emperor-level Undyings. He instantly shocked all 6 of them. "Junior." He looked at Luo Feng and smiled. "Third senior?" Luo Feng was surprised and happy. His 3rd senior actually came at the critical moment. How did he? Beside, Dylan communicated, "Your Majesty, when the Grandmaster asked me to protect you, he actually had a trump card, for when you ever meet a great danger that even I cannot deal with, I could call my teacher over. As his disciple, I naturally carry one of his markers. Back then when I left some of my markers about the solar system, I also placed 3 of my teacher's markers there. When Yang Zhu Emperor faced you earlier, I immediately contacted him via the virtual universe network." "Ah?" Luo Feng was elated. "Surprised?" Bloodthirst Emperor looked at his junior, his voice powerful. "Relax, with me here, the huge axe dojo cannot do anything to you." He also said, "I've already arranged for another friend of mine, Iron Wall Emperor, to wait at the 9th teleportation point in the primal region. I carry his marker around, you should let Nine-Blade Knight know. You are after all under him, he will definitely see to this matter." "I've already reported." Luo Feng replied. "If Nine-Blade sends his army, you can tell him to send them to the 9th teleportation point and come over with Iron Wall Emperor." Bloodthirst Emperor said. His mental conversation with Luo Feng ended instantly, after which he turned over to the 6 emperors with ugly expressions. "Yang Zhu and the others. I didn't expect Tai Jun to come." Yang Zhu mocked. "Yang Zhu." Bloodthirst Emperor gazed coldly at them. "This is my junior's home, why have you and the huge Axe Dojo people come? No matter what, this is still the home of a core member of our Virtual Universe Company. Naturally it is protected by the Virtual Universe Company, it's better for you lot not to make a mess." The jade-haired old man suddenly shouted out, "Bloodthirst Emperor, there's 6 of us here, don't you dare get arrogant." "Ah, Baojin Emperor." Bloodthirst Emperor glanced over. "You mean to say, that with the 6 of you emperors together, you can beat me?" The lizard man beside snorted coldly, saying hoarsely, "With me around, Bloodthirst Emperor, you can dream about teleporting." Bloodthirst Emperor looked at him, "So it's the Piercing Heart Emperor who is proficient in space lockdown. With you using that, indeed there's no way for me to teleport. However, that means that Baojin Emperor cannot do so either. With everybody unable to so, and 1 against 6, who do you think will die when we truly engage?" It was said very casually. However, the words, "who do you think will die," made the 6 change their expressions. The difference between Emperor-level Undyings was huge. If the legendary True Yan Emperor appeared, Yang Zhu and the others probably wouldn't even dare resist. As for Bloodthirst Emperor, even though his reputation was higher than his teacher's, his strength was still slightly weaker. However, he was still a high-level Emperor-level Undying, who was intrepid and strong, amongst the Undyings of humanity. Who wouldn't have heard of him? 1 against 6. Even though it was very hard for an Emperor-level Undying to die, even if the fight dragged on, Bloodthirst Emperor would definitely survive, while Yang Zhu's side may very likely lose a couple of them. Within the ruined yard, the 2 sides faced off, as the Bloodthirst Emperor's energy pressured Yang Zhu and the others. This scene made Luo Feng incredibly excited. This was a true face-off between the strong, one person threatening a group of other Undyings. If he could reach this level, it would be awesome. "You all should just leave," Bloodthirst Emperor said casually. "I'm under orders from my father here, how can I just go?" Yang Zhu's expression was ugly. "Tai Jun, don't force me. Even if I can't bear to, I may use my trump card. Even if it can't kill you, it'll definitely leave your undying body heavily damaged." "Oh really?" Bloodthirst Emperor glanced coldly at him. "In terms of wealth and trump cards, Bloodthirst Emperor definitely couldn't compare to Yang Zhu. After all, Yang Zhu had absorbed that treasure into his soul. It was one that even knights would fight for. If he unleashed that treasure, even though the cost wouldn't be small, but for a short amount of time, Yang Zhu would have the Emperor pinnacle level of strength. What's more, Yang Zhu had other life-preserving trump cards. There was just no other way around it. His family had that powerful father, Shahua Knight. As for Bloodthirst Emperor, it was the opposite. His treasures couldn't compare to Yang Zhu's, however his body was incredibly strong. Bloodthirst Emperor suddenly triggered one of the world rings on his body, spreading the world energy at Luo Feng, wanting to place him within. Bloodthirst Emperor. An ear-piercing voice resounded. The intrepid lizard man suddenly howled out, causing the surrounding million-kilometer of space to lock down. The initial normal ripples all condensed and the world energy crumbled. We are here, don't even think about placing him within your world. Yang Zhu smiled coldly. Luo Feng will be your bargain. The jade-haired old man mocked at Bloodthirst Emperor. The 6 emperors seemed confident. Bloodthirst Emperor's expression, however, was ugly. If it weren't for Luo Feng and Dylan, he could care less about anything and fight it out with the 6 emperors. However, now with them staring hard at him, he couldn't keep Luo Feng in his world. Bastard! Bloodthirst Emperor roared. With a wave of his hand, a huge gold disc appeared with a diameter of about 1,000 meters. Simultaneously, this gold disc extended 2 large arms that grabbed Luo Feng and Dylan with one, the other acting as a shield against attacks. Grab Luo Feng! Yang Zhu roared. Yes. The group of Undyings complied. Rumble. 6 Emperor-level Undyings all simultaneously attacked Bloodthirst Emperor. The other 12 official-level Undyings rushed at Luo Feng and Dylan. Luo Feng and Dylan watched as the big gold hand blocked them. The other hand grabbed them and dragged them into the ship. The 2 golden hands vanished and the gold disc ship locked down, letting out a voice, Master, the 2 are within my body. The voice resounded in the space above Earth. The gold disc ship rumbled and rushed into the skies, instantly tearing through to space. Chase! The 12 official-level Undyings rushed after them. Use soul techniques to pierce through the defense of the ship. Control Luo Feng. Yang Zhu communicated urgently. Ha ha ha. Bloodthirst Emperor laughed loudly, rushing upwards into space too. Rumble. Yang Zhu and the other emperors all followed into space. At this time, Virtual Universe Yuxiong Mountain Primal Region, Luo Feng's villa. Luo Feng sat in his study awaiting Nine Blades' reply. At this time. Luo Feng, a call request, it's Nine Blade Knight's number. Barbata shouted excitedly. Quickly answer. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed. Yes. A screen immediately appeared and on it a silhouette. It was a handsome purple-scaled man in an ancient green robe. His formless pressure was strong but controlled. It was Nine Blade Knight. Knight. Luo Feng bowed respectfully. I already know, however the people I've sent will take a while to get to Earth. Nine Blade said. Knight, right now at the Primal Region's 9th teleportation point, Iron Wall Emperor awaits. Luo Feng said respectfully, as long as you send your people there, they can teleport via his god country together and arrive at Earth. Got it. Nine Blade Knight said. The call disconnected. Virtual Universe, Thunder Island, within Nine Blade Knight's palace. Below him was a black blur of Undyings. This vast group of Undyings, even the weakest was an official level. Greetings, Knight. The group all bowed respectfully. In the throne above. Nine Blade Knight gazed down below and ordered, the huge axe dojo has sent people to invade my underling Luo Feng's home, Earth. Right now, all of you head over to the 9th teleportation point immediately and meet with Iron Wall Emperor. After that you will teleport to Earth. Remember, protect Luo Feng's life. Yes. The large group of Undyings rumbled as they bowed. They were shocked within. Protect Luo Feng? He was but a little genius. Was it enough for Nine Blade to send such an army? This was an army of 50 Emperor-level Undyings along with close to 1,000 official-level Undyings. These were almost all of the elites of Nine Blade Knight. Other than the few that were away or in dangerous regions, these 50 Emperors was almost all of the Emperor-level Undyings he could mobilize. Go? Nine Blade Knight ordered. Yes. The blur of Undyings bowed respectfully and vanished, leaving the virtual universe network. In reality, the beings scattered across the universe all swiftly teleported via their god countries, heading over to the 9th teleportation point as swiftly as possible. The emperors and officials under Nine-Blade Knight all gathered. Their goal, Earth. This video will end here. Thank you for watching.